Hi, this is Swapnil Bharti and we are here at KubeCon and CloudNativeCon in Barcelona, Spain. And today we have with us Roman Swoszowski.
Hello.
First of all, you are founder, co-founder and VP of products at Grape Up.
Yes, that is correct.
Grape Up is, an interesting name. So tell me more about what does the company do?
So as Grape Up, we are a cloud consulting company. We help other companies to leverage cloud-native technologies. We help them learn how to use cloud, how to use cloud-native, and how to become software-driven companies. As you probably know, right now the whole many industries are disrupted, right? So big non-tech companies are trying to also build those skills to use software as the way to improve their to drive their business. And this is what we can help them with to help them transform from this old legacy world into new cloud-native world.
What is the story behind the name Grape Up?
Okay, this is actually I would say a little bit funny part. So those 12 years ago when we established our company, there were three of us, me and my colleagues. We wanted to find something that is fresh and innovative. Well, innovative is similar to fresh. So what is fresh? Fruits are fresh. And well, apple was taken. So we came up with grape. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And then when you turn grape into wine, it ages very well with time, right?
Exactly.
So the older the company gets,
we were able to, as developers, just like grapes are converted into wine, we are transforming our knowledge, our expertise into great software products.
Mm-hmm. I knew that there must be some interesting story. That's why I asked the story of the name. But you said the company is almost 12 years old, right?
Yes.
And we are here at KubeCon, where most of the technologies are less than 12 days old or 12 weeks old.
That's true.
So talk about your journey, because you must be handling a lot of legacy workloads, and now most of people are embarking on their cloud-native journey. So first of all, what has been your evolution like? And then your customers are also evolving with you. So how do you help them in their own evolution?
Okay, so yes, we've been on the market for the last 12 years, working with cloud technologies. Well, back then they were not called cloud native. But I remember the early days of AWS in 2006, and we've been using actually AWS as one of the cloud technologies since then. I remember when they had only 3 services, EC2, S3, and the SQS, the Q service.
And you can count them on fingers, right?
Yes, right now it's like over 100 or even more. I don't even know all the names of all those services. But we've been using those cloud innovative technologies since our very beginning. And initially, we were focusing more on startup companies to help them leverage those innovative technologies to help them drive their businesses. But as we moved on and developed as a company, we have also started to look into enterprise world because we wanted to be able to also share that knowledge and that expertise with enterprises. And as we moved on, we of course built also our expertise around other technologies, other cloud providers, Azure, Google Cloud, cloud platforms like Cloud Foundry, and lately also Kubernetes. So we are trying to be as much technology agnostic as possible, so that we can also recommend the best possible solution for our customers.
When you work with these customers who are running their legacy workloads, what is the biggest challenge that there are so many, but what are some pain points that you see and you're like, hey, these are the pain points, these are challenges that we can help them or which are immediate?
So I think the challenges they have is adopting the technology, but also learning how to use that technology further on. So the technology part is actually the simplest part, right? Introducing a new tool, implementing a new tool, this is a simple part. But to be able to really benefit from that technology, usually you need to change much more than just the tool set. You need to change your mindset, your way of thinking, sometimes also the way you organize your work, your processes within the organization. This is the hard part. We've been there as well. So we also work with our customers to evangelize, to educate them what other changes other than technology itself they need to do in their organizations to be able to really benefit from cloud native, and to leverage those technologies in the right way.
So it's like people and technology.
Exactly.
Right.
So technology, we see that as an enabler for the change. It is not about the technology itself, it is about this ultimate goal. Technology, people, processes, management, governance, a lot more around that.
So let's dive a bit deeper into that. So what kind of products or services you have that helps them technologically, and how do they help them, to solve the people? You touched upon the people problem a bit, but just let's go a bit deeper into that.
Sure. So considering the fact that, like you said, there is technology part and people and processes, we decided to actually also build our own product, Cloud Booster, which focuses on that technology part, or actually simplifies the technology part, so that our customers can focus more on that more difficult element, right? Which is processes and people. So Cloud Booster is our enterprise-ready Kubernetes distribution, and that allows customer to quickly jumpstart their cloud-native journey. We have based it on open source Kubernetes distribution, adding additional elements like deployment and upgrades automation, like backup and restore mechanisms, and also integrated telemetry mechanism based on Prometheus and Elk Stack. So our whole product is based on open source components. Thanks to that, customers are able to leverage their existing competences and skills related to those individual open source tools, but we provide that as a single product. It can be deployed on multiple infrastructures, 3 major public clouds, AWS, Azure, and Google, but also on-prem, on OpenStack and vSphere.
When you look at Kubernetes distribution, there are so many.
Yes.
Right. So what sets you apart from your competitors?
I think there are several things. One of them, we are focusing on leveraging the open source components as much as possible without modifying them. So we are 100% compliant with the upstream version of those open source components, Kubernetes in particular. And we are not wrapping them in any custom, let's say, interfaces, like command line interfaces or user interfaces, so that we don't want to introduce any additional levels of complexity when it comes to usage of those tools. That's one thing. Another thing is that in our product, we not only provide a Kubernetes runtime, container runtime, but we also have a platform as a service runtime, namely Cloud Foundry. They live next to each other, and customer has this flexibility to choose where to deploy which workloads. Our ultimate goal for our product is to be able, or for customer to be able to run any workload in the cloud. And that's why we decided to have this flexibility of having 2 runtimes within a single platform.
Do you also give back? Do you also contribute to the open source communities?
Our product is based on open source. It is not open sourced itself. However, we are heavily relying on those individual open source components. So we are quite often, I would say, finding some glitches or problems or issues in those open source components, and we are either trying to work with the community on the fix. Sometimes when we are really in a hurry, we provide the fix ourselves. We push it back to the upstream version. So we're trying to be active there as well. However, we are not yet, I would say, fully, in a sense that we are not open sourcing our product. Perhaps this is something to consider in the future.
So this is, I think, 3rd or last day of KubeCon here. What has been your experience so far? Because you have met customers, clients, partners, competitors?
Yeah. So yeah, I think it was a great event for us. It's huge. I'm very happy that we were able to attend this conference as a sponsor, and also have this opportunity to talk to people, like you said, both all partners and attendees, competition as well. Also, as a cloud consulting company, we need to be aware of what is available on the market. Because as we work with multiple customers, they usually use different tools, both open source and from vendors. So it is also good for us to understand, be up to date with what's out there. And also a great opportunity to spread the word around our products and our services.
So you founded a company, and I'm sure you are very busy, you don't have much time, but if you do get time, what do you do in your free time?
So I love to travel. So I'm trying to visit interesting places around the world. It doesn't mean it has to be the North Pole. Sometimes it's close by where I live. So I'm trying to do that as much as possible and discover the world together with my family.
So that's actually a clever hobby, because when you come here for work, you can mix your hobby and work together, right? You can just...
Yes, that is correct. I can sometimes do some recon and to know which places are nice to visit, and then just come back, deep dive into Barcelona or some other places around the world.
Yeah, because I have met a lot of people. Some do, scuba diving, some do mountaineering. You cannot bring that with you. So this is interesting. Roman, thank you so much for talking to me today. And this was our first discussion, but I look forward to talking more in the future. Thanks once again.
Definitely. Thank you too. And I'm looking forward to some future discussions.